brothers and sisters.
You are never alone. God's presence is always here. Take a deep breath. Open your heart. Cleanse your mind and receive today's scripture.
Right. So, you know how people always say bad company corrupts good character?
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those sayings that sounds kind of preachy,
Right.
but it really makes you think, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Like, have you ever noticed how...
It's from the Bible, actually.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 15.33.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
But even if you aren't religious,
Right.
you've probably seen this play out in real life. Where
All the time.
I mean,
Think about...
just like who you hang out with.
Exactly, yeah.
It
changes.
shapes you.
It shapes you, yeah.
Yeah.
Why this saying has stuck around for so long.
Yeah.
And what it actually means for us, like, you know, in our everyday lives.
In the real world.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool how this ancient wisdom
Oh, yeah.
lines up with modern psychology.
Interesting.
You know, we know now that we're super influenced by our surroundings.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, even if we don't realize it.
It's like subconscious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about it, like how you start
To pick up slang from your friends.
Yeah.
Or your taste in music changes because of who you hang out with.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
It's subtle,
Yeah.
but it's really powerful.
It really is.
Yeah.
And you know what I find interesting about this whole thing is
What's that?
the verse even says, do not be misled. It's
Yeah.
like a much deeper thing.
It's more about recognizing when your values
Yeah.
and the values of the people you're spending time with
Yes,
don't really match up.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not just about like morals or whatever.
Right.
It's like, it could be anything.
It could be anything.
Like, so you're hanging out with people who are always
Yeah.
super cynical about, I don't know,
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You might start to feel that way too,
Wait.
even if you weren't originally like that.
Like you absorb that energy.
You do.
It's like this,
It rubs off on you.
it does. It really does.
Yeah.
You become jaded, maybe, without even realizing it.
Without even realizing.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It is kind of scary. Like, it's this slow erosion
Oh, yeah.
of your own, like, optimism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, what the source was talking about too.
Mhm.
Like this whole erosion idea,
Right.
how it's not like this overnight transformation.
Yeah.
It's gradual.
Gradual.
Settle.
Yeah, it's like water wearing down rock
Yeah.
over time.
That's a good one.
And then suddenly your standards are different
Totally different.
without you even noticing.
Yeah.
And that can really mess with your decision making, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Because if your values are always being like pushed in a direction,
Pushed around. Yeah.
yeah, that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
You might end up making choices you wouldn't have made otherwise.
Absolutely. You're not even being true to yourself.
Right.
So, I mean, how do we even like deal with this?
It's tough.
It's tough.
It is.
Discernment.
Okay.
And I think that's super important here.
Yeah.
It's not about judging everyone you meet and being
Right.
like, oh, you're bad company. I can't talk to you.
Exactly.
It's more about being thoughtful about who you let influence you the most.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like being selective about what you feed your mind.
It's like making a playlist almost.
Oh, yeah. A playlist for your life.
Yeah. You get to choose the voices that shape your thinking
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately your actions.
That's a good point. You know, that makes me think about social media.
Oh, interesting.
Like, we're bombarded with these perfect, curated versions of people's lives.
Constantly.
It can really distort your view of reality.
Oh, totally.
But, you know, there's another side to all of this.
Okay.
It also talks about how Christians should love everyone.
Right.
So it's not about only surrounding yourself with people who are, like, exactly, like, perfect.
Yeah.
So how do we balance that?
Right. Maybe it's more about thinking like,
Yeah.
who are the people in your life who leave you feeling energized,
Okay.
inspired?
Uh-huh.
And then who are the ones that always leave you feeling kind of drained or negative?
Yeah. It's like who recharges you
Yeah.
and who drains you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about recognizing that different people have different effects on us
Mhm.
and being mindful of who we let influence us the most.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, ultimately, this all comes down to personal responsibility.
Right.
It's not about blaming other people for our choices.
No, of course not.
It's about recognizing that we get to choose who we're with and how we let those relationships shape us.
Exactly.
It's powerful, actually.
It is empowering.
It is.
Yeah.
So I guess what we're trying to say is this whole idea of bad company,
Yeah.
it's not just about like avoiding bad people.
No.
It's a reminder to pay attention to who we're spending time with and how those relationships are affecting us.
And to make conscious choices.
Yeah. It's not about judgment. It's about self-awareness.
Yeah, absolutely.
And making sure our choices match up with what we really believe in.
Well said. You know, it makes me wonder
What's up?
if this applies to the people we hang out with.
Yeah.
Does it also apply to like the stuff we consume online?
Oh, interesting.
Like all the articles, videos, social media, it's all part of our company in a way.
That's a good point.
So do we need to be just as discerning about that?
Wow. I never thought of it that way.
Something to think about.
It really is.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.